So, how to begin? Matthew 9:9. And as Jesus passed forth from there, he saw a man. Mark 2:13. And he went forth again by the seaside, and all the multitude resorted to him, and he taught them. And he passed by, he saw Levi. Jesus passed forth from there. So he passed forth versus passed by, he saw Levi. But first I have to say he went forth, because the word forth, from there, in Matthew it says he's leaving from there and he sees Matthew. In Mark it's saying he went forth by the seaside, multitudes, and saw Levi. So I have to say he went forth from there in Matthew, by the seaside in Mark. Now Luke 5:27. And after these things he went forth and saw Levi. And after these things, that might be where I have to start. And he went forth. And as Jesus passed forth from there, and after these things he went forth. And as Jesus passed forth. I'm going to have to say, Mark comes later. He went forth again by the seaside. First, I'll start out with, and after these things. Matthew says, as Jesus passed forth from there, he saw Matthew. I think I'm going to have to use that word forth earlier, because Matthew really condenses the fact that he leaves and also he sees a man, Matthew. Whereas that's separated in Mark and Luke, because it says, after these things he went forth. I have to name that Jesus went forth. So I'm going to save the word as and past from Matthew. Just use and from all three, then Jesus from Matthew, and then forth from there to fit with Mark, to say he went forth again by the seaside, and Luke, he went forth after these things. So I'll have to start with and after these things, and from all three. So that's what I'll start with. And from all three. And then only from Luke. After these things, I have to say Jesus went forth, because I can't just say he, because that might be confusing, and you might think that's talking about the man who was just healed. So Jesus from Matthew only. Now, I'm not going to say passed forth yet. I'm just going to say went forth, because past is used later because he passed by Matthew. So Mark went forth again by the seaside, and he passed by, he saw Levi. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So he, Jesus, went forth again. He went forth. Okay, so went forth is from Mark and Luke. Went is from Mark and Luke, but forth is from all three. From there, I think I'm going to have to continue with Matthew. From there, I'm pretty much done with Luke, because I said after these things, Jesus went forth. It goes right into he saw a publican. I'm not going to do that yet, so for now I'm just done with Luke. Now in Mark, he went forth again by the seaside. From there. Okay, but I have to put from there from Matthew, because he's leaving before he goes somewhere. And forth. Okay, so Matthew only. From there. I don't know how to fit in the next words from Mark. Again by the seaside. Mark is kind of confusing. He's saying he went forth and then just moving into again by the seaside. So I could say he went forth, add from there, and then say again by the seaside, and it shouldn't be too weird. He went forth from there again by the seaside. No, he went forth again. Saying he went forth is just saying he went again by the seaside there. If I say he went forth from there again by the seaside, that would be jumping around too much. I could say he went from there forth again by the seaside. Maybe I could say, and Jesus from there went forth again by the seaside. Yeah, that would work. And after these things, Jesus from there went forth again by the seaside. Yeah, that would work. I'd be moving forth after from there in Matthew, switching those words around. But I already know the word past is going to come later. I think it's fine. Let me see how it works. And after these things, Jesus from there went forth. Yeah, it's probably going to have to be. I have to say again by the seaside. And this again means that it should come right after went forth, because that again by the seaside is not anywhere else. But in order to make it fit, yeah, I think it has to be that way. So I'll just go with Mark again by the seaside, and all the multitude resorted to him, and he taught them. Then, and as he passed by, and then I can use as and past from Matthew, Luke, and saw a publican. And as he passed by, he saw Levi. Yeah, so and Luke here, and saw a publican, mixed with the first and from Mark. The very first and in this next sentence. And as. Okay, so and from all three, as from Matthew, Mark. He passed by, he saw. So there has to be two he's. As he passed by, he saw. Okay, so in Mark there's two he's. As he passed by, he saw Levi. In Matthew, it's just he saw. Well, Jesus passed forth, he saw. So Jesus went forth from there. And as he, this is going to have to be only from Mark, this he. Passed from Matthew, Mark. By, from only Mark. Now I can put he saw, comma, he saw a man, or he saw Levi. No, he saw is from both. Just saw. So he from Matthew, Mark, but there's a comma from both. Well, actually, saw is from all three. Saw a man named Matthew. So I have to put a man from Matthew. Mark saw Levi. Luke saw a publican. Publican is definitely more important than just that he's a man, because that's the type of man. It's the job he's holding. So I would rather put publican than a man, because it's not mentioned in Matthew that he's a publican, just that he's a man sitting at the receipt of custom. And in Mark, it also again says, named Levi, sitting at the receipt of custom. And he said to him, so it's clear he's talking to a man. He said to him. So I don't need to put man. He saw a publican. That's the important part. So only from Luke then, a publican, comma, named Levi. Mark just says, Levi, the son of Alphaeus. Matthew says, named Matthew. So named is in Matthew, Luke is orange. Now I'm going to put Matthew Levi. Matthew is only named in Matthew. So Matthew, only Matthew. And then Levi, Mark, and Luke. And there's a comma after Levi before sitting at the seat of custom. There's none after Levi or son of Alphaeus and before sitting at the seat of custom. So should I put the comma after Levi? He saw Levi, comma, the son of Alphaeus sitting at the seat of custom, or Levi, the son of Alphaeus, comma, sitting at the seat of custom. I think the second is the only one that really makes sense. The son of Alphaeus is only Mark. And then, comma, sitting at the seat of custom. So it's again back to both Mark and Luke, but this is only Luke from the comma. Sitting at the receipt of custom. Sitting at the receipt of custom. Yeah. Sitting at the receipt of custom.